我會覺得我哋衝過好多次，我哋衝咗幾個月啦，係咪真係淨係衝先至有效呢？其實大家都會好懷疑，究竟我哋呢個運動去到呢個樽頸位，我哋可以做啲乜嘢？但係其實喺衝嘅背後，你有好多有意義、有價值嘅嘢，都值得我哋去做翻咯，係啦。即係好似之前有和你 shop 呢啲，都係我哋幾個月前唔會有嘅嘢，都係慢慢演變出嚟，有唔同嘅方向發展，先至知我哋個運動可以點樣持久咁樣行落去。咁呢個和你溫叫做係好進身嘅一環咯，我諗係。
咁你頭先講到話呢個運動嘅後邊有好多有價值嘅嘢，你能唔能舉例説下？即係比如話有啲咩？
我諗係本身學生嘅佢哋本身付出咗呢樣嘢背後，佢哋冇嘢收穫嘅。但係我哋成人可以有啲咩幫到佢哋 support 到佢哋咧？除咗係可能飯券啊、八達通呢啲物質上嘅嘢可以支援到俾佢哋之外，其實好多佢哋真係需要嘅嘢，我哋未必俾到佢。咁我諗溫書係其中一環咯，係啦。
所以呢俾我諗到一個黃色經濟圈係即係同呢個理念有啲相近嘅地方，即係話你哋形成一個即係互相幫助，係啊，
或者我覺得呢個係個平台嚟嘅，我相信都有啲老師有時會問下啊，你哋有冇啲咩需要幫手？但係就冇一個平台，咁就俾大家行出嚟去做呢件事。咁變咗我哋就嘗試建立呢個平台，睇下個效果係點樣，咁就再睇下呢個平台仲經唔經營到落去咯，係啦。
仲有冇其他你想補充？
香港人加油，反抗報仇，同埋香港人要堅持。我哋要堅持，我哋先至可以行得再遠啲。我哋唔敢講話，我哋會唔會贏？但係如果我哋唔堅持，我哋一定會輸。
點稱呼你？
阿姓梁嘅。
梁小姐 ，OK。你仲有冇其他睇到？多謝介紹。算多㗎啦，始終你第一次有啲小朋友都會有啲顧忌嘅。咁我諗你要有個開頭，大家先至知究竟呢樣嘢安唔安全。因為我諗小朋友自身都好尷尬嘅呢個，即係佢哋出嚟佢哋都有風險，會唔會突然間發生啲咩事？所以試下水溫先咯。太多人都未必係好事，太多學生唔夠義教，你又教唔切；太多義教小學生，你又坐喺度唔知做咩。試下先咯，所以。依家有冇？有㗎，都有義教喺度教。但係我諗唔係好方便接受訪問住。 隨便拎嘅喎。You can take it if you want。I'm doing live. You've been a visitor in Hong Kong, or you live here?
I'm a visitor in Hong
You're a
Kong.
visitor. Okay, so
I
how
came
long-
yesterday.
Oh, you just came yesterday.
Yes.
Okay. You heard about the movement in Hong Kong?
Yes, that is why I came here.
Okay.
I take 2 months off this time of the year and I do a lap of the world backpacking on cheap airline tickets. But in the past I visited Occupy Wall Street in London, St Paul's, and I helped them at Zuccotti Park in New York, and I helped the Aboriginals in Australia. I was in Occupy Perth. And last December I went to visit the Yellow Vests in Champs-Élysées in Paris. I got myself, I finished up,
What do you think about
I finished up getting tear gassed by the police in Champs-Élysées and had rubber bullet guns pointed at me. No, this is very important. It's very interesting to see how the government stands up or ignores the word of the people. And you know, we have what we think is a democracy, but even the politicians don't have a vote in the party. And so the policies of the political parties are actually decided from a higher level. And so when people when the government doesn't work for the wishes of the people, how do the people actually change it when you know, almost every political party will just do as it wants and not what the people want? You know, they don't give us a fair choice in the voting. We can vote for Party A that's not good, and we vote for Party B that's not good.
Yeah, but you know the nature of the CCP, the Chinese.
Yes, the people are very concerned about the strong-handed tactics of China in the government of Hong Kong. And what's interesting is everywhere all the people I've talked to that are not here today are watching what these people are doing. So even though there may only be 40 or 50 people here, you know, I've seen people outside being stopped by police in balaclavas, black balaclavas, just around the corner here. And anybody wearing black, just a black jot, is stopped by a group of 4 police, a menacing 4 police, holding rubber bullet guns and weapons against one civilian walking. You know, this is very, very unfair. This is a complete misuse of power. So stop individuals walking in the street because they're wearing a black jacket is very, very wrong. And you know, this was a British colony, and the concept always was that the police were looking after the people. They were agents of the people, but in so many Western countries, the police have become agents, thugs of the government. They turned themselves from a respected force into what people now consider just a bunch of thugs. And we don't go to the police in Western countries anymore for help. We avoid the police because we recognize they turned themselves into a bunch of thugs.
And you know that America already signed the Hong Kong Human Rights Act.
Sorry?
Hong Kong Human Rights Act. In America, Trump already signed that bill. But in the Europe, what do you think people could, or the government could do to help?
Yeah, but human rights are just a natural right. And we should not need to write laws saying that humans have rights. We have natural rights from the moment we are born. We have rights before we were born. You know, we have a right even as an unborn child that is natural. We don't need to write a law about this.
But that law is to try to help people by sanction, the sanction, and the real estate of the high official who violate the human rights in Hong Kong.
I haven't followed the law side of it, but I can see that what is happening wrong. Just to see, this is the first time I've seen it in Hong Kong. 4 policemen harassing somebody walking in the street because they're wearing a black jacket. That told me something is very, very, very wrong here. We need to look no further than that.
Okay. Can you tell me your name?
I'm Andy Chalkley. I was born in England, but I live in Australia. I take 3 months off this time of year, do a lap of the world.
What's your background?
I originally trained as an engineer, but then I was a high school teacher, but now I run a bus company. So,
how to spell your name?
ANDYCHALKLEY.
Thank you very much. Do you have other thing you want to say?
No, it was better answering your questions.
Okay.
You're good at that. I didn't think I had anything to say, but you got it out of me.
I understand. Yeah. So, how long will you stay here?
I booked for 3 days, and then I go up to Novosibirsk.
Okay. And you know that the Saturday and Sunday they will have some.
I didn't, but I'll come back tomorrow. There was people in the hostel that were. There was people in the hostel that were.
They are first aid.
Sorry?
They are first aid.
Yeah, but they're the good people. I've seen similar in other places where the press has done it clearly, so that the police don't attack them. And first aid can be played.
And this afternoon the police press conference. This afternoon the police will hold a press
I
conference.
should have recorded this myself so I could put it on my website. I didn't think you were going to get information.
You can check internet. You will put it in my house.
Have you got a card? Did I come across the road?
So I'll show you one.
And then let's look at the road.
After the arrest, you're already
But that's open to the public. But what's happening behind closed doors?
yeah. And they try to push the reporter of my father because they don't want
This is the main weapon.
Yeah, this is the way.
But I help some of the groups, and I help the Aboriginals. I said, don't abuse the police. You have to play the police. You have to line up in a position so the police line up in a position so that the press can get good photographs.
Well, when they arrest people on the street.
Yeah, but with groups that the police don't ask any questions, I explain that when you're maneuvering, you need to maneuver to get the police to maneuver into position so that the press can get the photographs. You have to play the tactics. I run bus companies, so I know how to play tactics.
It seems that Beijing
because they are affecting the hearts of the other people, all the people around Hong Kong, all those people in those buildings over there are affected by that. Yeah. And they think, oh, they're not doing very much. Yeah? And you're putting an article in the, putting in the paper, that's what's affecting the people. And the people can see through the propaganda. I remember I was in a hostel in near Red Square in Moscow. Video me. I was in a hostel in Red Square, and I remember a young man saying to me, Andy, in your country, you believe the propaganda. In our country, we do not believe the propaganda. So the effect of this is that people stop believing the propaganda coming from the government. So the government might be able to use force to these people, but it completely loses the propaganda war. Whereas before, the propaganda affected everybody. The propaganda from the government was believed by the people, but now the propaganda, so it's destroyed the credibility of the government very, very quickly. And if you look at things like the French Revolution and the English Revolution, this is a spontaneous protest from the people, not organised by any oligarchs. And Wall Street was a protest organised by ordinary people. I was with them, they were eating food from dumpsters. And there were shops bringing papers to them because they had no food and they had no money. But the French Revolution was orchestrated by the rich people in the City of London. And the English Revolution was organised by rich people. And the Russian Revolution was organised from New York. Yeah? So this is different to the other revolutions.
Yeah, that's quite different.
The climate change revolution.
Maybe you can talk with this mic. It's very your point of the view.
Oh.
So you see the difference. And also the young ones, they don't believe the propaganda.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So you asked. Oh, you're asking about the
Okay.
Yes.
So you talk about the difference of the British and French Revolution with Hong Kong. So what's the difference? So you use this to record?
This is good for video, and I can.
We need to stop first.
Oh. Yeah, we do both at once.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Now you can let me get both. No, the study of what these people are doing here today is very interesting. This is a group of people that this is the people doing it spontaneously. This is from the people. And these people are affecting the hearts and minds of all the people in Hong Kong. But if you compare it to some of the other revolutions, like the French Revolution was orchestrated from the City of London through the secret societies and the Freemason type organisations working in Paris, in France. And the English Revolution was organised from outside, not just from the people. The Wall Street protests, they were orchestrated. That was just the people, and they had no money. They were eating food from dumpsters, and shops would come along and bring them trays of food and pizzas. But the climate change protests, they had money to spend. They had access to lawyers, and the press was publishing lots of things about them. So that was clearly organised by somebody much higher up with money. Oligarchs were organising the climate change protests. Whereas this one in Hong Kong is clearly just coming from the people. They've not got access to money, and nobody is from outside is giving them money and permission and broadcasting good things about them. So when you look at the news reports about this, you'll hear bad things said about them whenever possible. And there was another thought that came to mind. It's just gone, it'll come back in a second. My mind gets a little bit forgetful. The other thing that's occurring here is that you might think there's only a few people here today, but these few people here are affecting the hearts and minds of the people. So these 20 or 30 people here are influencing the thoughts of the people, and people are no longer believing, the people of Hong Kong are no longer believing the propaganda coming from the government. And before, the people would believe the propaganda coming from the government because the government seemed to be doing the right thing by the people. But as soon as the government stops to do the right thing by the people, then a small group like this comes together, and the people of Hong Kong are all watching to see the progress, what these people are doing, because it's affecting their hearts and minds. So this 20 or 30 people here today has managed to destroy the credibility and the propaganda put out by the government. The power of what they're doing is much, much more than the power of just 30 people sitting there. And anybody entering this shopping centre today can see that at the entrance that I just passed, there was 4 police dressed in riot gear they had rubber bullet guns with these great big barrels, complete with equipment. They are prepared to go and attack the people. And those 4 police that I saw out round the corner, we can go and have a look in a minute, had stopped a lady wearing a black jacket, no different to the black jacket this man here is wearing, as an ordinary shopper, and they were harassing her and asking her awkward questions and making her get all the paperwork out. 4 people dressed in riot gear talking to one poor woman is very, very intimidating, and that affects the people. The fact that they're doing that destroys the credibility of the police. The police this was a British colony, and as such, the police were seen as doing good for the people, looking after the people, making sure that the people were safe in the streets and keeping order. The police are given a whole list of laws that they can uphold, but they just use them in ways just to keep law and order so everybody can live a decent life. But now these police are harassing the people, and suddenly, within a very short time, the police have changed from having a good reputation to being seen as aggressors against the people. So the actions of the police has actually changed the attitude towards the government, whereas the government was seen as looking after the people to, in a very short time, the police are seeing as being thugs working for an oppressive government. And that's happened in a very short time, simply because a few people like this come out and sit in the shopping mall working out how to stop the law. It's fascinating. What you're watching here today and what you're recording as a news reporter is living history. In 100 years' time, they will look to see your reports. So you think you're just making a news segment for a news program for today, but in actual fact, your video, they'll still be analysing it and watching it in 100 years' time. So don't doubt the magnitude of what you're doing. And the little art things you showed me a little while ago, those art things will be in museums in 100 years' time to show how the effect of that art. I've seen some fabulous art around already. I've only been here one day, and I've seen some fabulous revolutionary art depicting Hong Kong as a virile, fertile group of young people wearing a worker's hat, showing that they're working and doing good for Hong Kong. And emblazoned in the black and white of the silhouette was all of the nasty action of the police against the people. That will be shown in museums in 100 years' time, just as people look back to see the art of the Chinese Revolution and the terrible things that occurred there. But the art in particular will be looked at, and people still look at the art of the Bolshevik Revolution, and that was the Bolsheviks were not Russian. They came in from outside and devastated their nation. And the art of the French Revolution is still visible. So I hope that helps with your little thing.
Thank you very much.
You managed to get me talking for quite a while.
Just finished.
Okay, very good. That's good, you got me going. I've been trying to do that for a while.
You can review to see if our video for it.
Yeah, well, if we didn't get it, there's no way I can talk like that again. I don't like talking except when it's with somebody
Very,
else.
very good. Thank you very much. You see that they use the umbrella to fight against the police. But it's like the whole. They have all kinds of things.
Yeah, but the trick is not. See, the police stand there as force.
Yeah.
So you cannot beat the police
Yeah.
by force.
Yeah.
You have to beat them
Yeah.
with psychology.
Yeah. They know it. But sometimes they have to, because they have 2 million people coming on the street to have the peaceful relay, but the government do not respond, so they have to use a little bit like force to push the government.
Yes, but the real weapon is the pictures that come out.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So one person suffered on the floor and had
Right.
squirted at them, but the power is in the photograph.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But for the students, they really sacrifice a lot. They already have 6,000 people. 6,000.
But how many are still in incarceration?
Sorry?
How many are still locked up?
Hundreds are locked up, and also a few died. And it's like they quote a so-called suicide.
Oh,
Because
yes,
the dead body being thrown out of the high building
they say
and
they jump
also and float on the seas, and police say that there's no suspicion. So there is a big suspicion, but the police don't want to do the investigation. So they really sacrifice. And also, if the parents the inside the family, some students.
係啦，連全部冧晒，一定係黑色㗎啦。一睇就知啦，哎黑晒，佢哋得
When the young people say, look, there's something happening, it's
㗎，佢哋係。
They do. Some people they have to use they cannot walk fast. They have they have the help walk aid, something like that. Then they go up and go to the front, and they try to persuade the police to stop the violence. They do a lot of things. They think,
Who's going to get that to happen?
I show you a picture.
You should put it in family degree.
And you see that this old woman, she's over 70. She go to join the race. Yeah, and she used the yeah.
I'm 68.
Yeah, because she
你應該戴口罩啊！你兩個，你應該戴口罩啊！
they're the
我拉過。
咩台啊？呢個 live
係
哦，蘋果我想蘋果 live。
because with a lot of friends.
你自己拉㗎
I'm doing the live.
我想。
睇到個 comment， 我喺度 comment 就話：點解
Because it's live.
諗呢啲嘢，我諗啲好奇怪嘅諗啲嘢。
Yeah, because they can.
偏熟㗎。
蘋果嚟。
She's already doing that.
蘋果嚟㗎。
唔係啊，
一定唔係
唔係蘋果嚟嘅，
係咩蘋果嚟㗎？
曖昧嚟㗎。
幾月嘅？呢位先生講得好好啊！佢話你哋做啲嘢。
嚟到就見到啦，拜拜。
大幾元？
咩嚟㗎？
大幾元？
哦，大幾
做我之前做我訪問我大幾元。好，今日我哋大幾元，好啦。又影到我大幾元似真係沙田影到我咯。上次我哋兩個咪大幾元咯。
啱啊！
大幾元喺中環，
喺背面，
喺中環買。
不過見到我嘅事咩？
Yeah, but this was built. No, not this one. I saw one somewhere else.
因為你飲煙淡啊，包嚟啊，不如。
今晚食蛋包。
會止血啊！
你話啲油味啊嘛，
啲油味嗰啲，
呢個草本嗰啲。
草本嘢。
Yeah, they encourage people to take.
成日拉過嚟。佢 IFC 影到我咯，我揾到自己咯。
你哋啲英文可以同佢講下，啱啱飛過嚟香港㗎，
想知啲咩啊？
啱啱從外國飛嚟香港，佢就專門嚟睇香港啲學生做嗰啲嘢。
即係睇學生。
係啊，係即係佢哋係理解呢場運動啊，咁即係佢覺得學生做嘅嘢唔好睇少呢啲人，佢哋睇香港世界，因為大家啲好為學生感動，即係心係感動咗世界。
呢個交俾你。
好貴啲。佢想問冇所謂。
我哋係 first A 係啊，所以其實我一陣唔講。
俾翻你換衫，攞佢哋嚟啊！
我叫你翻去攞嘢出嚟。
但係我依家要攞出嚟見啊！
咩啊？頭先我哋咪話咗翻去，我哋食緊嘢就翻去攞佢啲出嚟攞佢。即係一而家出嚟。
They are first aid. They are first aid, so
Very good,
they
yes.
go to the front line.
I saw
Many times
similar-
they are on the front line, so you
I
can
saw
ask them.
similar in. I was in Paris, Champs-Elysees, Paris, last December. And they were not as organised as this, but they had medical people looking after the people. A lot of tear gas used in Champs-Elysees. Yellow vests.
邊度咧？
No, I was tear gas.
有香港攞數。
Watching the
I don't really get affected. I don't really get affected.
tear gas is the basic.
It's so basic.
Every Hong Kong
Yeah,
people.
we don't need face masks against tear gas because our body is used to tear gas.
Is that right? Your body's not used to it. That's amazing.
You worry the side effect long term.
We don't really have a choice. To be honest. Yes.
So you
So
are
you see it as a vocation or a necessity to stand up against wrongdoing. You see it as your future. Your future is yeah, we don't have any choice. It's very nice.
But we don't know how about our future. We don't know.
Yeah, that's scary for me. I'm 68, so I maybe got 10 years left in my life. I have fun, but I help when I see a problem. I went to help Occupy Wall Street in London, New York.
But Hong Kong is, I
To
think,
not know, that's what it's strange. To not know what your future is going to be like.
but Hong Kong is, I think, hopeless.
Hopeless. Well, I was born in England, but I was born in England, but I live in Australia. And although they try to say, oh, the British, all the British is the British that, but we ordinary people were actually the galley slaves of the Empire. And the British Empire was organised from the city of London. It's like a separate group of people to the ordinary working people. But when we heard that Hong Kong was going to go back to China, we thought,
佢哋講 OK 㗎啦，係啊，佢哋講啦。可以隨便攞㗎，可以隨便攞，揀一隻啦，揀一隻攞翻屋企啊！
係有 QR code㗎。
係啊。